There's a side to TikTok that you either love or hate, and sometimes you end up there by accident. It's filled with supernatural, or worse, human horrors. Do you know the risks of buying a house without checking the papers? And do you remember running up the stairs for fear someone's following you? What could happen if you go out exploring? You'll see it all in this video. Let's get started. First, a kid sees a dead girl in the trees. Kids have the wildest imaginations. I think we've all heard about kids having imaginary friends, which is creepy enough. Most of the time, what they see seems friendly, but what this kid is seeing is just straight up horrifying. The child is barely old enough to form complete sentences and struggles to explain what he's seeing, but he is pretty sure about it, even if the mother tries to tell him there's no one there. According to the baby boy, there's a girl hanging in the tree, and she's dead.
I see a girl.
You see a girl?
Yeah.
The tree is dead?
No, a girl's dead.
It is said that kids see more than we do, and no matter how wild a kid's imagination, this seems to be a little bit too absurd to have been made up by the boy himself. Next, is this an encounter with La Llorona? In this TikTok, it seems like the creator has found La Llorona. There are a variety of versions of this Mexican folklore, but in the end, they all come down to the same thing. A beautiful woman marries a rich ranchero, and she bears him 2 children. One day, she catches him cheating on her with another woman, and consumed by blind rage, she drowns her children in a river. She regrets what she's done immediately, but it's too late to save her children. Because she can't live with the guilt of the murder of her own children, she drowns herself as well, but is unable to enter the afterlife. She's forced to remain in purgatory until she can find her children. If you want to find her as well, all you have to do is go to a body of water. Whether you believe it or not, we'd rather not risk hearing that heart-wrenching wailing in real life. Following, we need to talk about Kate Yup. In this TikTok, someone is trying to raise awareness about the weird case of Kate Yup. For some people, the word mukbang alone is enough to make them go, nope. Sometimes the things that are being eaten are just, well, not very appetizing. But that's not why this YouTuber started to go viral, and people are still talking about her on TikTok. From the beginning, people were a bit suspicious at the large amounts of foods that she ate, seemingly without much of a reaction. Even when she lost a tooth in the middle of the mukbang, she just continued eating. But things really started getting out of control when she started showing signs of physical abuse, bruises on her arm, and a busted lip. People started paying more attention to details and realized her videos were filled with hidden messages. People became convinced that she was kidnapped and forced to make videos. And when this started to get more public attention, the scariest thing yet happened. She stopped uploading videos. To this day, no one knows who Kate Yup really was or what happened to her. And then we have the suitcase murder. For obvious reasons, the original has since been deleted from TikTok, but it's a true crime that shook the whole TikTok community, and this list would not be complete without it. Whether you're a true crime fan or not, it is creepy and warns about the dangers of exploring. In the TikTok, teenagers are seen exploring an area they had been sent to by the app Randonautica. They thought they had found a suitcase with money, but as soon as they opened the suitcase, things took a bad turn. The smell that came out when they opened it was so bad they called the police, who later confirmed that they had found human remains. Turns out it was the remains of a couple that had been murdered by their landlord, apparently because they had not paid rent. Either way, the teens and the whole TikTok community will never be the same after this tragic case. Hold on, do you hear a siren in the sky as well? There's something about this 40-foot tower of a humanoid that just hits a nerve. Combine this with the noises he's able to produce, the limited vision of mist, the only glimpse of what to come offered by intermittent lightning, and the urge to turn into a bolt yourself consumes you. It's Siren Head. His head is a pole with 2 speakers attached to it. He usually lurks in wooded areas, omitting sounds to lure you in. Sometimes it's distorted radio reports or weirdly garbled music, but the worst must be when it's distressed people screaming for help. Comparisons have been made with Slender Man, but somehow the sounds that Siren Head emits are worse than the silence of Slender Man. You can challenge your own thoughts, but you can't stop Siren Head from entering your mind. If you've made it this far, you're very brave, but that was only the beginning. Next, some of our worst nightmares and deepest fears. Do you know why it's very important to check the papers of that bargain you're about to buy at auction? Next up in this video. But first, quick, up the stairs! Most of us grow out of it, the fear that we're being chased up the stairs, especially present after dark or when emerging from a dark and creepy basement. This sudden feeling that someone or something is about to chase you up the stairs and your body fills up with the urge to make a run for it. It's the same thing that has you diving into your bedroom from the doorway after a midnight visit to the bathroom. The darkness under your bed seeming to seep out from under it, ready to pull you under. It seems like in this TikTok, your worst nightmare has come back to haunt you. Was it ever your imagination to begin with? Next, we find ourselves in the middle of the ocean. There's just something about dark places that makes your skin crawl. The complete lack of input makes our imaginations go into overdrive. And for some reason, a lot of the time, our brains seem to enjoy coming up with the most horrifying images. But if you thought your hallways in the middle of the night were dark, think again. This man works on a boat that's floating somewhere in the ocean, and he lets us in on what it's like to be on that boat in the middle of the night. It takes darkness to a whole new level, drinking the light of his flashlight up like it's nothing. Is this worse than the creatures that chase you up the stairs in the night and from basements? Wait, did you see that? Open doorways, giving you a look into a dark hallway, are enough to get your mind scurrying to the dark corners of your own mind. After this one, you might want to start closing the door to your bedroom as far as it will go before you turn off the lights in your hallway. The figure appearing in the dark doesn't look very friendly at all, just looming there, only visible in the darkness. Something is going to happen. The girl in the front of the video knows it, you know. You can feel it coming in every fiber of your body, but somehow he still gets to you. This is arguably one of the worst, or best, TikToks out there. No matter how many times you see it, it will catch you off guard every single time. Next up, there's someone in the middle of the road. There are several reasons why this clip can give you the creeps, which is probably why it speaks to so many. You don't have to believe in anything supernatural to be freaking out when you see someone sitting on the side of the road in the middle of absolutely nowhere, like this group of friends do. They're driving in a wooded area, obviously nowhere near civilization, when they spot a woman appearing to be drenched, sitting in the road. Where did she come from? Why is she drenched? And is stopping really a good idea? Some say they did good not to, because even if you don't believe in ghosts or skinwalkers, this might very well be another kind of trap. Either way, it's enough to raise the hair on the back of your neck. And lastly, who wants to buy a house at auction? Sometimes buying a house is a good idea. If you do your research right and have some luck, there are some real bargains to find. But beware, because if you don't check the papers, you might be in for more than you bargained for. This couple did just that. And what started with a Bible hanging from a hook in a hidden room is starting to look like a true nightmare. The more they worked on the house, the more creepy stuff started to come out of the literal walls. An old picture with eyes burned out, locked boxes, a suitcase in the attic. They've since contacted the authorities about the latter one because its contents were a bit too disturbing. May this be a warning. Never buy a house without doing your homework, even if homework is a genre of horror all on its own. Sorry, we're not sorry. If we had to sit through these, so do you. What is the scariest thing that ever happened to you? Share your creepy story in the comments below. And thanks for watching!